If you like this video, make sure to visit our Vimeo page and follow us to get the latest update.
So this is our basic first course from module 1, nothing but SAP ABAP course. We will discuss about the basics of the SAP ABAP. So before that, we have a little disclaimer where all the copyrights issues and the images and examples. And here today we are going to discuss about the packages, ABAP dictionary and message class, if time permits. If not, we will continue tomorrow. Yeah, so currently for maybe today and tomorrow, we are going to discuss about the basic foundation of SAP ABAP. Please listen carefully so that it will be helpful for you to understand the further classes. Yes, so I hope someone would have inquired yesterday or day before yesterday about what is SAP and other stuff. But I am also going through what is SAP now. So what is SAP? SAP is an ERP. So can someone tell me what is ERP? Any idea?
Yeah, the ERP contains the employee data like the personal data of the employee and bank details, the data related to the employees. That is the ERP.
Yes, great. So it's nothing but enterprise resource planning, including the HR details and all. It has many infrastructures for a company. For example, if we take Flipkart as a company, so it has material management details. So how do they manage their own materials from the warehouses, logistics, so housekeeping, I mean the keeping of the office building which is in India, or else customer care, or paying the salary, or how do they get to know if the product is out of the stock or near to out of the stock. So such kind of all the details should be planned before for an organization. They cannot write in an Excel sheet or a ledger book, right? So for currently, so every company, every well-established company is having an ERP. For example, SAP is an ERP, Oracle is an ERP, JD Edwards is an ERP. So leading, we hear about Oracle and SAP, so nothing but these two are competitors. So SAP is an ERP. So what is SAP? Systems, applications and product for data processing. This was established in 1972 by 5 colleagues from IBM. So they were colleagues, they have come out from IBM and they have started doing something, and they shown us that SAP mostly runs on licensing. So how do they generate? So that's a multi-billion company. How do they get revenue? Nothing but they sell this SAP product to their customers. Let's say Coca-Cola, let's say Pepsi, let's say Britannia. They have SAP installed currently. So they use SAP software for each and every subscription basis. Like we have a couple of music apps that we do subscribe for every month or for every year, the same way. So they get money out of this licensing. SAP has 93 plus modules like MM, material management, SD, HR, PP, etc. Like HR is nothing but someone told me. HR, human resources, PP, production planning, MM, material management, how do they handle the material, HR, nothing but how do I pay you salary, how do you apply for a leave, who is your manager, who are your colleagues, and etc. Such kind of details can be easily helpful for our coding. So for all these modules, our ABAP code is the backend. Whatever you do, that should be on ABAP itself. Let's say SAP has given another new module. Nothing but that should be also in ABAP itself. Nothing but we do, and ultimately we name it as some other ABC module. So SAP ABAP is mostly on C, C++ and ABAP 4. Nothing but ABAP is built on the C, C++ ABAP 4, but we use only ABAP statements. 4 is nothing but 4th generation language. What is 4th generation language? It is the statement. Like if you see some Java or C++, we have curly brackets. It is little difficult to understand other languages but for if you are using /4, if nothing but if you are using 4th generation language, most of them are English-like languages, English-like statements itself, like come, go, here, move, insert, update. That kind of statements will be there. So the basic one, what is an SAP? What is architecture of SAP? Here we call it as R3 architecture. So you must understand the further courses, where are we going to work on, whether it's presentation layer, application layer, or database layer. So most of you would have heard what is database. It's nothing but whatever the details we save. Let's say our phone has a lot of contacts from A to Z. So that should be stored in some database, right? So this is nothing but database. So how do we manage them? If we are inquiring one contact, so that should be retrieved, right? So that is nothing but database management system. And something called we have application server, and something called we have presentation server. So we will be working on presentation layer, and we will fetch all the details from application layer and database layer. Yes. So far, do we have any questions? Or let me know if I'm going fast. Super.
What is the distance like if you take the tile to like?
Come again? I didn't get it exactly.
No, here next slide we are talking about tier 3 architecture, right? R3.
Yes.
So if you take R2 and then that will be like presentation layer and then application layer will be one system and then this database is separate, right? So what is the disadvantage there and then what advantage we are getting here?
Yeah, earlier they used to have R1 architecture itself during 1970.
Yes.
Then yeah, after the SAP has evolved with many latest trending markets, they gave R2 and later R3. So nothing but they would have combined some database and application layer 1 and presentation layer 1, and later they have separated presentation, application, and database. The problem with the previous versions were like handling database, getting all such kind of millions of records into the application layer and processing for one record was little stomach pain.
Okay.
Right. So just to keep it separate, and whatever you want, you query that itself, so that will be very effective on performance.
Okay. Here you like presentation layer you mentioned like user and then application layer you given like ABAP workbench, ABAP application. Third is database. Can you give me like one real-time scenario, like how this exactly?
Okay, well, let's go forward, and I will tell you that, so you will be able to understand that clearly.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, thank you. So this is our ABAP package. Nothing but whatever the work you do, whatever the objects you create, so they will be stored in one place. Let's say your employee name, and under that all your objects. Let's say database tables, let's say ABC, some other stuff. So that should be under that package. That will be under that package itself. So in terms of technically, if I speak, so it is a repository object of an ABAP backend system. What is repository objects then? Nothing but the tables, structures, classes, reports, programs, whatever it is. They are all repository objects, and they are all coming under package itself. So how do you create a package? So I will show you how do we create a package now. Before to that, so this is SAP logon pad we call. We have this system. You double click on that, and this is my okay. So currently we are at currently we are in S4H system and 100 client. So maybe you can also try the activities in S4H 100 client itself. Okay. Okay, I will tell you what to be done in later cases. So here, this is the part where you give all your transactions. Maybe if you are having some book or you can maintain all the transactions while we are discussing. SC91 is the transaction code for message classes, to create message class. So SAP has given a naming space where we can use Z character or Y character and our name. So you cannot start your object spaces with any other letter apart from Z or Y, because SAP has used most of the letters starting with other letters except Z or Y, and they have left Z or Y to us to create our own custom repository objects. Let's say zprof underscore pkg is my package name. And for you guys, you also need to create a package after logging into the system. Instead of prof, you maintain your employee ID and underscore pkg. You take care of the name number of characters that should be given for this message class, and you can maintain a meaningful package name, and that should start with letter Z or Y itself. And whatever the activities that we do in coming days, so that should be done only in this package itself. So this is create, I have created. So testing the package.
Sorry to interrupt. Can we record the session? We are not able to record actually.
Yeah. So this is the package name that I'm going to use, and this tab and this menu bar and all these menu icons will be mostly same in every transaction and in every module, and this heading as well. So these icons are consistently maintained for their own purpose. So let's say the attributes, whatever we can see here, it will tell you as S4H ABAP 00. This is my username. So for example, if you have a username in this system, and if you have created your package, so you will be able to see your last change. So nothing but whatever the activities you do, that can be tracked out. And this is the date and change that, and some original language and short description. So what you do, you just save it. Here it is asking for, I was talking about package, right? 1 second, sorry for that. Yes, we are discussing about package. Yes.
What was the T code?
Oh, sorry, that was good. SC21.
Thank you.
It's a test package. All these things. Generally, we don't create modules like MMDD, Hello? Able to hear me?
This is breaking.
Yes,
Okay.
it's breaking.
Now it is okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you see, I have no authorization to create a package. So these authorizations are handled in some other transactions, which I will tell it to you later. But so currently for my user, S4H ABAP 00 doesn't have any authorization to create a package. You guys can check whether you have an access to create your own package and let me know tomorrow. If not, I will talk to the admin. So currently after create, and if you save that, so that will be saved out. Okay. So this is the package transaction SC21. In these packages, so we have local packages and custom packages. So far, the name which we have given like zprof underscore pkj or yprof underscore pkj. So they are coming under custom packages because I am starting the letter with Z or Y. And we are also having local packages. I will tell it to you now. I will show this data dictionary thing and I will save this data dictionary in this local package so that in one shot I will be able to make you understand two things. So what is this data dictionary? A data dictionary is nothing but a system independent interface to a database. So nothing but in the R3 architecture, we are not directly working on database. We are working in application system and we are taking the complete copy of a database. Nothing but not the data, only the structure. Let's say as per the context is like first name, last name, birthday, nickname, and etc. We are only taking all that template itself. So dictionary is nothing but a system independent interface to a database, nothing but a virtual database itself. It's a complete interface. So see here, it's a database, but we are not working on database. We are taking the copy of that. So these are the regular transaction codes for working on data dictionary. Maybe you can take a note of it since we are not recording this. So these are the regular transactions that we are going to use in daily basis if we are handling data dictionary objects. Yes, I hope I can move the screen slide. Okay. Yes. So basic data dictionary objects. So in that we have a couple of terms called table, field, data element, and domain. So I will show you the basic table, and I will make you understand what is this. You forgot about this VBAK table for time being. So this table is belonging to sales. As I told you, SD module. So SD module will have a life cycle, like from user till they sell the product. So there are a lot of people, a lot of structures are being involved in this structure in this SD. So so to handle all of them, we have a lot of tables, and same goes with same goes with HR. If so let's say take an example of HR itself for every time. So it's an employee should get salary. An employee should apply for a leave. That should be approved. He has to go vacation. He has to go to some project work to another country. So all this will be involved a lot of stuff, right? So that everything will be involved. Will be having a couple of tables. We need to remember them. Then only we will be called as an expertise in that respective module. So this is the VBAK table. So if you have a little glance, this table is a transparent table. There are, because why I'm mentioning, because there are a couple of different categories of tables. So in that we have one respective table called transparent table, and this is the description. This letter is starting with not with Z or Y, because nothing but this is the standard one. Standard meaning you are not supposed to touch it. You are not supposed to go and edit this. It will create a lot of consistencies and it will create problem for our batch itself. Yes. So we have, these are all fields like MA, NDT, VBL, and etc. Like first name, last name, nickname, date of birth, etc., etc. And we have something called key and initial values. This is initial values, and something called, we have data elements, and we have something called data types. Let's say if we are taking ERDAT, it says date on which the record was created, nothing but description. A meaningful technical description will be given for data element, nothing but DATS. It's nothing but date. So we will have something called data element, which you need to remember in your daily life. And if I click on that data element, double click on data element, you will see that respective data element, nothing but ERDAT. Okay. For example, let's go to the attributes tab. See who has created this. SAP has created this. This is in under package BGL. If you double click on that, you will be again navigated to SE21 transaction, and you will be able to see what are all packages coming under, what are objects coming under BGL. See who is responsible for this. You will be able to see all the stuff. And we have data type, nothing but datum. We will not give something called DAT, date itself, or time. We have some specific naming, other names for domains, for the dates and times. So here DATUM is our domain name for this ERDAT. Okay, so datum is having DATS as type, data type and length. Like maybe most of you are aware of some kind of data types like numeric, character, string, integer, floats. Same thing is here also. For even if you go to any other language apart from ABAP language, you will be seeing some data types, maybe not with like DATS, but with some other thing, but the meaning is for date itself. Yes, so here this is nothing but data element, and we have gone to domain. Let's say we are going to ERNAM data element. Here this is data element is ERNAM, and this is for a name of responsible person. And here we have USNAM as a domain. If you again further double click on that, you will see something called properties. You will see something called definition and value range. If you scroll it down, you have nothing. So I will tell you what is domain and what is data element in our, even I will create one database table now. Okay, let's see. Yes. In this domain called MANDT, if I am scrolling it down, we will also see something called value table. You just remember all these terms. We will also do this thing in our custom database table. See here, value table, you have something called intervals. You have something called fixed values. Okay. Yes. So as if we go to our slide, a field like VBELN will be using a data element, and data element will be used in domain. And I mean, domain will use data element, and data element is nothing but in field. So here, what is domain? Technically, if I speak, yes. So what is a field? A field is nothing but how many characters do we need? How many? A little technical description. Technical description is nothing but a field to just to identify the exact row. And what is a data element? Data element is nothing but a precise meaning we will give, like DATUM, name. Nothing, a little meaning to just to define, so that we will have data types. And what is domain? A domain is used for the technical definition of a table. Here, if you see definition, CLNT, and it is accepting only 3 characters. This is nothing but domain. But we will also see the data element thing and also CLNT and 3 here. Nothing but in this domain, the data element is having a domain inside that, and domain is having MANDT as domain, client as data type, which is having 3 characters. This will accept only 3 characters. Any questions so far?
Every transparent table is a standard table, or it's not started with Z or Y or something else?
Transparent table will start with all the characters. If you are using Z or Y, it's nothing but our own custom database table in transparent table. This is also transparent table, but this is standard transparent table.
Okay.
Standard nothing but SAP has created that.
And we can start with Z and Y also, transparent table. For.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Okay.
Say whatever SAP has done so far, except Z or Y, we can also do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Great. So let's dive into the PPT for a second.
Can you tell about that pre and initial checkboxes, the importance of those?
Yes, yes. While creating the database table, I will do it. Okay. So here, let's say, as I told you, there are a couple of fixed values, intervals in domain, right? Like, for example, we can restrict the domain values. If I'm using that respective domain, I can restrict the user with respective couple of values itself. Let's say in the city, I want to mention only couple of, let's say 4 to 5 places, not all the places which are in India. So that domain can be used by a data element. Okay, I can have multiple data elements, I can have multiple domains, but one data element can use multiple domains. I will show it in the file in the demo. So like this, if you see specifying values, ranges for domain, and the domain name is s_class, I can have fixed values like business class or first class, and I can also have these values in a table. I'll quickly show how to create a table. Yes, /n s11 is the transaction. Okay, let's say zprof_ emp is my table name. We need to discuss all these radio buttons. These are called nothing but radio buttons. We need to discuss them. So firstly, zprof_ emp and create. So employee basic details. Okay. So here, before we create a database table, we will have some couple of technical terms. Nothing but something called delivery class. If you see that button, nothing but we have some F4 option, which is nothing but we can take some help from all the existing values. We cannot give any other value apart from this here. So since this is our customized table, we are giving C and maintenance allowed with restrictions, maintenance allowed I'm giving. And here I'm giving fields. Okay. Here the fields, nothing but I'm giving ID, employee, let's say EMP ID I'm giving. Here key is nothing but this is the key field. Employee ID is the key field and employee ID is a key field and initial values. Force not null, so it will not accept any null values. So I'm checking this also. And let's say I am what do we do? So let's say I'm giving some basic one built-in types. Character I'm giving. And let's say employee ID, let's say I'm having 8 characters and I give employee ID. Okay, so this is what the table I'm creating, and I'm having a field name. And you try to save that. See, you will be asked for a package. Whatever you do, that should be in one package. A couple of minutes back, I have told you about how to create a package, custom package. Now this is a local package. If you are not having any access to create a custom package, for time being, you can put all your repository objects in the local package. So nothing but local object, or else I can straight away put $tmp, temporary thing, and I'm saving it. See, it's been saved. The difference between local package and custom package, because this is the development system. Let's assume this is the development system. You are doing all your development activities in S4 head system. And let's say I'm having one more system called S4P, nothing but production system. Directly the client is logging into that system, and the client is using that system to do his activities. So you cannot directly straight away go and make your changes, right? Because till that time that system will be down, and that will be their business will be impacted for that much of time. So that just to avoid them, we will put all our objects in a package, and straight away we'll directly move them from S4H to S4P. So that I'm not giving any downtime to that person, to the client. Maybe some minutes of time just to import this package to that system. So nothing but I'm decreasing their downtime time. So currently it is in stale state, and still this is in new state. Whenever you create an object, that should not be in new state. That should be in active state. So I'm activating it now. So before activating, it will take care of some basic preliminary declarations that should be done. So let's say, since I have not done these kind of configurations and I have done activation, so it is asked. So let's say data class I am having. So these are all the types of data classes. And let's say this is my master data. For an employee ID is the master data. Employee name is the master data. So we can distinguish what is the master data and what is not master data. So the first table is mostly the master data. And I'm also having something called size category. And since you are seeing this class icon, you can click on that, or else you can directly give F4 from your keyboard. So as a developer, you need to talk to your other colleagues, and you need to understand how many records would it be there in this table, so that you can check for the right size category. So I'm assuming, let's say this company will have 38,000 employees around maximum, and I will extend it on base-to-base categories. And here you are having some database security properties. This is something new. One second. Yeah. So we are having DB specific properties. Nothing but.
Vishal, this side. So
Yes,
actually,
please tell me.
yeah, we are taking the size category as 0, like for the 38,000 record. Okay. So can't we insert after 38,000?
You can insert. So as I said, if your company, if your records are extended with 38,000, and from 38,001, SAP will take care automatically, and it will change its size category to 1. Hope it answered my question. Your question.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I will quickly save this. If you are seeing this warning, you can ignore this, and you can straight away put enter on your keyboard. It will be overridden. And go back. This is the back button. This is exit button. And this is cancel button. We will deal about all the buttons and all the options and buttons on the case-to-case basis. So if you see warnings occur during activation, this is quite normal. You can ignore them. If you are seeing errors occur during activation, so you have to take care of that. Now, this is in active state, right? Oh, okay. So we have created an employee ID. We have created a character. Now, if I need to go and create the records for this table, I'm having an employee ID and say 1234. Sorry, 1234, 1234, 1234, and I'm saving this. Whatever the message, either success or error or warning or information messages, will be seen here. So record successfully created. Now you go back, or else you can straight away put F3 from your keyboard. So I need to see these records now. So to see these records, Control Shift F10, or else you can directly go here. This is nothing but a browser screen for this respective database table. You will directly go to execute. See here, your employee ID is created, and here you can see refresh button. If you refresh, and if you are expecting some other latest changes, you can also make a refresh. Yes. So this is the basic table creation, but our intention we were talking about was data element and domain. So I will create it now. So far we have created a built-in data type, nothing but I'm straight away taking characters, numerics, integers, etc. And if you see the data, let it give me a second. It is taking time. Okay. See here, EMP ID is nothing but it is taking the technical name. It's I also gave employee ID, but it has taken technical name. So let's say if a client might not have an SAP knowledge, so he will not be able to understand what would be EMP ID is. So we need to take care of all of such minute things. Okay. So I will again go to S11. I will create data element. I will create domain. I will use them here in my database table. Okay. So I'm going back. This is my home screen. Say I gave S11, it will go here. Instead of going back and again giving S11, I will add /n before to any transaction. I will add /n to any transaction. It will, and I will give enter or else this button. It will refresh. Let's say if I'm at this screen, and I will take care of. I will put SC11 /n SC11. It will go back to the home screen. I mean, it will go to the respective transaction screen. Okay. Yes. So here I'm giving data type. So let's say zprof underscore EMP ID is my data element. Let's say I'm creating the button. So here we will talk about all these data buttons later. So the Z data element. Here employee ID. I'm writing data element for your understanding, but no need of writing data element explicitly in the description. Okay. Okay. Oh, sorry for that. First, we need to create a domain. Here, employee ID underscore DO. Let's see if it accepts or not. Yeah, it accepts. Employee ID domain. So employee ID, how many characters should it have? Because I don't know how many characters should I have? Should I need? So these are all possible things. Let's say I am putting character, and let's say I am putting 8. That's all. So I am saving this in a package. The status is new, so I need to activate, or else Control F3. Yeah, okay, this is in this one, so that nothing but I can use this. If it is new or any other state, we cannot use that. So I will copy this domain. I will put data element here. Data element. Employee ID. Data element. I am putting that domain here, and I will just give an enter. See that employee ID domain description is coming here again. See here character 8 and etc. And the status is new, so I'm maintain. It says maintain field label. So here main employee ID I will give. Employee ID. You need to give meaningful descriptions. So nothing but if it is short, because I can adjust, I can resize my column size. So based upon that, if it is how many characters, how much description should I show? Let's say if I'm quite moving it to very short, the column, like I might show EMP itself. So for that cases, I'm doing employee ID and you give an enter. Okay. And you say activate that. For every change, you have to activate. Yes. So this is my, so far I have created my data element and domain. Now I'm coming back to my database table. And since it's already there, I can directly change it. If I need to only view it, I can go for display it. So now I want to change that. Okay. So built-in types, not built-in types. Okay. So here the data element I need to give. D is nothing but data element. And now again I'm activating it. Warnings, as I said, you can ignore that. From the browser screen, I'm activating it. Okay, it is still getting employee ID. Okay, fine. I will tell it to you. Okay, so yeah, I will change the description in the browser screen later. And yeah, I need to tell you one more thing. This is the selection screen, browser screen. Here, you can, if you want to see all the employee details, you can execute there. If you want to see how many entries, you can see number of entries here. And you can also put the range from select single values or select ranges. If you want to see only one respective value or select ranges, or if you want to exclude couple of ranges, so you can do that, and you can simply execute that and again execute that. So that respective filter will be applied on your content of the table. And now I'm going back. You can do escape or F3 from your keyboard. Let's say, yeah, I'm giving gender for this employee ID gender. Gender is not a key for me. So let's say I am having gender keyword. So oh yeah, and I also need to tell you, if you want to open a new screen, /o SC11, /n SC11 is for close that screen, /o SC11 is to open that new screen, and this screen will not be hampered anyway. /o SC11, and I gave double click. So if you see, this screen is already there, and now I'm at another new screen. Here, data type, Z employee ID underscore gender underscore D. I created this. Gender. I need to create domain first. Gender. Or else I'll create this. Gender. Say character. Say number of characters are 5. Okay. And here I'm going for value range. Here we have fixed ranges of gender. So let's say fixed value is M, male, F, female. He can, because I want the user to restrict this input fields. He cannot give beyond male or female or other genders. So I want only to enter these genders. Okay. Similarly, maybe you can explore these intervals, our lower limit and upper limit. Let's say 1 to 100. Only that will be accepted. You cannot give, if you are going for single values, you cannot give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till 100, right? So to do that activity, you can give an interval. So from 1 to 100. Okay. And there is also one more option called value table. Nothing but Vishal has created a table he has created a couple of entries in that respective table with contents. So he want to restrict only that entries from that table. Then he can put that table itself here. So as a value table. Nothing but that this respective domain will be the entries will be seen only from this respective table itself. Now I have activated zprof underscore gender. Okay, zprof underscore gender underscore d. I need to reuse this. Create data element gender. I gave description, so it comes here, and I give field label as gender, and I am activating this. Okay, yeah. So since I have told you to active, this button is for activation. So just for time, saving some time, I'm not activating by clicking the button. I'm directly going with the keyboard functions. So this is for back button. I will be pressing F3 or escape button from my keyboard. Enter. So now I am saving this. This is an inactive state. Even if you use this zprof underscore emp somewhere, like in your programs, the latest changes will not be coming up. So for that, currently if it is inactive state or any other state except active state, nothing but it's in buffer state. So you cannot use buffer contents or buffer structures. You have to use only active state structures. So this is what, and now I want to create because the structure I have changed, right? So I need to create the contents again. So employee ID, I'm creating 1, 2, 3, 4. Gender, I'm giving. See, I can either choose male or female. And if I'm doing K, it says enter a valid value. Did we take care of this message? No. SAP has taken care of that. Nothing but if from the domain any wrong value has come except the accepted values, so automatically enter a valid message will be coming up. So as I told a couple of minutes back, SAP has achieved this message here, right? So we can also do that. We can also put our custom logics. So let's say if the user has given K, still you don't want to raise a error message. You want to show some message here like a pop-up, or you want to change this description or its color. You can do that. Because being a developer, it should be possible from our end. Okay, I need to save. The data will be lost. You want to exit editing? Yes. Okay. So as I told, the domain S class, here it is domain name. So for us it was gender. I gave I gave male or female as values, and we can also use some value table, nothing but from other table. I can use another table in our table itself. Any questions so far?
In field level,
Sure, can you
in field level there are 4 things like short, medium, long. What is those things?
Okay.
And there are some values automatically there.
No. If you adjust them, if you adjust the table content from here, if you adjust the table content. Okay. So since we are having two fields itself, it is not quite effective. But if you're having multiple columns, like till the end of the screen, and if you want to see 20 columns at a time, you will be able to minimize like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So even if you minimize that column size, you have to see some meaningful description, right? Like instead of employee ID, you have to see at least employee or at least ID. You know, for the respective gender, if you you need to see at least G. If I am minimizing the screen, so such kind of activities can be achieved with that. You got it,
That
right?
means when the field size is like decreasing, based on the size, it's taking the value from that field label.
Correct, correct. Okay, so this is a screen which I don't need to explain because I have already shown to you.
Can you show me this one, this value table one?
Okay.
The domain level.
Yes, yes, yes. You go to value range. Here you scroll down. Here it is value table, right? Here, if I
Yes.
have created any other value table or a
Okay.
custom one, I can directly put that table here itself. Currently, if for this domain, I'm restricting only values like male and female, right? So, but
Yes.
my use case is I have one more table. I only need to show that entries, not these fixed values or not these intervals.
That means
Say,
foreign key relationship.
not foreign key relationship. This is not foreign key relationship.
Okay.
So if you are having some table name, some
Okay.
address or some other table, let's say these are all existing tables in this system.
Okay.
I can directly use this table. Okay, I can use this table,
Okay.
and yeah. So if you use this domain in the respective table, you will see only F4 entries of this respective table.
Okay, it's taking from the when you click on F4, it's taking from the particular table data. When
Yes.
you are going on F4L.
Yes. Yeah. So as an activity, you can try because I have told fixed values. Maybe I have an exam assignment for you guys to create couple of tables. So maybe you can explore that.
Okay.
So as I said, city is having interdependency. I can choose, let's say I am having a city, let's say I am having cities like Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Mumbai. I don't want to give any other values. But as a flight, as a business logic for a flight company, the user should choose departure, city, and from city and to city. So for these two cities, he has to choose only from the domain value, nothing but from either Mumbai, Hyderabad, or Bangalore, right? So I can give two values, like let's say Hyderabad here, and I can give Bangalore here, but the domain is single one value itself. I can have two elements like s underscore from underscore and two underscore city, two data elements, but I'm accessing only one domain, and I can have values from this domain itself. So as I told you, like this table, so this is the SCAR table. So I will show you some standard table now. /n S11. This is a standard table, which generally we prefer for any demo system. So see here, this MANDT, CAR ID, there are a couple of tables. I will tell you about this is some special field. I will tell you. Maybe I can tell it straight away here itself. MANDT field will hold this 100 record, 100 number. If I'm having 200 number, and if I'm executing that, I will be able to, I need to, this is nothing but I'm saving a client number in this respective table. This is 100, CAR ID, CAR name, USD, and some descriptions. Okay, so this is some basic standard table. You can check this SCAR, or else you will also have a standard table called flight. And this is a transparent table. You execute this. You can also check for the technical settings, for the delivery class, for the data class, and etc. for the standard tables also. These many. This currently this is restricted with 200 entries. I can just remove this maximum number of hits, so that I can see there are 356 entries currently in this table. Yes. So
MNDT is not entity is not a mandatory field, right? For customizing tables. Suppose if I'm going to create a customizing table, it's not mandatory, right? I can ignore that.
Yeah, it's a case to case basis. The MA entity
Okay.
field is having a lot of importance because
Okay.
if you're not putting MA entity field for your table,
Okay.
then under S4H system, there might be lot of clients. Currently, this is 100 client, right?
Okay.
The same
Yeah.
way, we will have n number of clients. If you don't put client number, nothing but you will be able to see this data in all the clients. For example, if your requirement is not to show all this data in other clients under the same
Okay.
system, then you need to put the mandate client, MA entity field.
Okay. It is restricting that based on the like
Correct.
mandatory as a system that value 100.
Correct.
Client.
You are making that system. You are making the client dependent or client independent.
Okay.
Okay, so this is some example, and here you can see some couple of options. Let's say I want to see how much it is. Let's say payment sum. What could be the next one? Here I can do, and I am taking the sum. Did I implement these buttons? No. SAP has done already this one. So I can take the sum directly. So since this is achievable from SAP, this can be done from our end also. We need to do some logics for that. So I can make the sum, or else I can create all these entries from here itself. I can put all these entries in a spreadsheet. I can do some calculations. So these are all possible from SAP's menu buttons itself. Yes. So now here we come with the foreign key relationship. So it's already been 1 hour. We would have started at 9:30. So currently it's 10:30. If you guys want to take some 5 minutes of break, we can go ahead. Or else it's already anyway late. We will close our session at 11 o'clock. If you guys don't want any break, that is also fine. Maybe 1 or 2 minutes if you want break, that's also fine. Please let me know.
Mr. Can you go to this table creation one? I have one doubt. I just want to know this buffering. Like we given some options, right? You said like no buffering.
That that buffering is mainly for if you are having millions of records, and if you're using HANA database, or if you're not using HANA database, you are aware of HANA, right? There is something called HANA database, something called Oracle database. So based upon the usage of the database table,
Okay.
like based upon the usage of the table, if you are using frequently, or if you're using once in a while in a month, depending upon that frequency, we can put buffering cases.
Okay. There's one more also there in the like you can you open that setting?
Okay.
Delivery and maintenance. Not this one. That.
Okay.
Here we are given
Yes,
this
tell me.
table view editing. We are given like display and then maintenance allowed. There's options, right? Like why we selected this option? Why not other?
We can do that. It's depending upon our usage. So for a demo purpose, I have chosen maintenance allowed. If you are using display or maintenance not allowed, you will not be able to maintain these entries.
That means display allowed means it will only show whatever data is there. Then display slash maintenance not allowed means what is the
It is not
last
allowed.
even it won't show. Is it?
See, the last option is nothing but only display allowed. You will be able to see only display. You will
Okay.
only see the entries. And the
Okay.
last but one, you will not be able to see, you will not be able to maintain. Based upon the authorizations, it works actually.
Okay.
Yes, employee ID, I mean, your user ID and these restrictions will matter here. For demo purpose, I have done this. Maybe you guys can explore all the other options, like how it behaves in the different options.
What about the first option with restrictions?
There are, yeah, it depends upon the profile case, like for whatever the authorizations you have for your user. Because we are we are a developer, we are in developer system, so we will have all the developer activities. We will not see much effect on these entries. But if you are given the system to other person, and if you are restricting that user, because
Okay.
that user shouldn't do some other activities which we are doing, so then these options will make matter.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the authorizations for your respective user, so hence you can give a try. Maybe it works for you.
Okay, I will try.
Yeah.
Can you
So
go to the technical settings? Inside this, there is
yes.
also a DB specific properties.
Hmm.
So there are three options. So how do we decide which one we have to choose for a table?
If yes, so currently, if the database is a HANA database, or else Oracle database, or else MaxDB database, so depending upon the database type and depending upon the retrieval of the data from the database, we have to choose these options. Let's say your table is having more table columns as numeric fields, calculated because we cannot make calculator are having a couple of
Your voice is breaking.
numeric
I'm
fields,
not able to understand.
and you
Your voice is
well,
breaking.
that
Your voice is breaking.
my voice is breaking. Is it okay now?
No, it's
No.
Huh? Okay. Is it okay now?
Yes, I think.
Yes.
Okay. So DB specific property is nothing but it depends upon the database that we use. So if you are having a numeric fields in our table, and if you want to make a lot of calculations, so that then depending upon the fields, we can choose either column or row store. Row store is nothing but in Oracle DB or in earlier, a couple of maybe 3-4 years back, we used to use row store. But if you are having HANA database, then we can use column store just for performance based. And if you are using undefined, it is nothing but we are leaving it to the database itself. Just to we are leaving it to the database to choose what kind of storage type it is needed. Is it clear?
Okay. Yes, it's clear.
So I am using Z employee underscore BG. Nothing but I am creating one more table now, and I am saying plate group details. And here I'm maintaining C. And here I'm maintaining same ID. Can anyone remember the data element name which we used? If not, we can use some backspace. Then we can see what data element we have used earlier, or else previously it will give suggestions. And here if I see group BGROUP as my name, in my built-in, I don't want to create a data element now. So here character, and I'm giving some 4 characters. Here as a some activity you can, if you want to do, you can restrict blood group with couple of details. I'm giving blood group. It is in local package. You can give space bar just to see the previous options, previous used options. If you are getting errors while you are activating any respective table, you can thoroughly read what the SAP is saying, and you can make that changes to clear that respective errors. So now it is activated. Now we are maintaining. Before we start, let me explain you the foreign key relationship. Yeah. So here.
Hello.
We have a table. Hello.
Yeah, how many primary key this table can have in SAP?
Many as we need.
There is no restriction, like 10,
there is
15.
no restriction, but yeah, but if you are using that many number of primary keys, nothing but you haven't optimized your database table effectively.
Okay.
You have to minimize your primary keys.
Okay.
It accepts, but it's not suggestible.
Okay, means it is acceptable. Multiple primary keys.
It is acceptable. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So here, nothing but foreign key relationship. Maybe from your basics academics, you would have understood. Just to put some foreign key relationship. So nothing but, so if I'm having two tables, let's say this is table one and table 2, and plain type, I'm having a field called plain type, and I'm having a plain type in two tables. So I'm giving foreign key relationship between these two tables. So nothing but any new entry cannot be accepted in table 2. Whatever the entry it is there in table 1, that will be only seen under table 2. So this is currently we are going to achieve this now. So I am at BG, nothing but blood group. I will make a foreign key relationship with the first table. So this is foreign key relationship. Here I forgot the table name. Z prof underscore. Anybody remember table name?
G prof underscore employee EMP.
Okay. If you don't remember, you can directly give star mark. Okay. So far I remember Z prof, and I don't remember exactly the other characters. If you give star, asterisk, and here I will tell you, it will tell you the table name. Okay. Then I will click on the create proposal. So here it says zprof employee ID. I will just extend this a little. Yes. So here my table name, this is my second table, and this is my check table. Okay. So here I'm doing this, and I'm copying it. See, it says some ID was applied, and I'm activating this because I want to see the latest changes. And here active table contents should give me the table creation. Yeah, somebody has it, right? So data maintenance allowed current, it's to me now. So
yes.
for the ID, I haven't given any entries, so it is giving even F4 help here. This employee ID 1234 is coming from that respective table, the first table. So for whoever let's say in general terms, I have two tables. An employee ID is one table, and second table is blood group. So an employee ID cannot be a new, right? That should be an existing one. Then only I can give blood group for that person. So my table one should have an entry. That entries can only be accepted in the table 2. For that, this is the relationship. So we are maintaining 1 and 2 tables as a foreign key relationship. Here, blood group. Let's say I am giving B positive, and I'm saving this. If I am trying to give 1, 2, 3, 4, not 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm giving some other random entry, it says doesn't exist in zprof_emp, but we are in table zprof_bg. So this is the foreign key relationship.
Oh, means
Yes.
foreign key field is a primary key field in same table. Is it correct? Right?
Yes, it should be primary key.
Yeah.
So as I told in the beginning, there are a couple of tables like transparent table we have some other tables we have. So what are all those tables? We have something called transparent table. We have something called cluster table, pool table, and internal table. So for each transparent table, there is one associated table in the database. As I said, we are just working on the replica of the database table. So if you want to put this zprof_emp in the HANA database or in the Oracle database, you are creating a transparent table. So nothing but a copy will be directly sent to the database itself. There will be an association between these two copies. And what is cluster table? As you see, we generally we won't use scenarios like cluster or pool tables, but just to say cluster tables or pool tables, because currently in HANA database we don't use cluster and pool tables. They are obsolete in HANA database. But to give an overview, I'm saying that cluster tables are like nothing but a logical group tables. They used to use some kind of control data. Let's say a record is changed in one application. So I want to say in this table that this record is changed. Nothing but you mark it as a tick mark. Then again that application is changed. Again you mark here as a uncheck box. You frequently update. You are frequently updating the time or data or date whenever you are accessing some other application. So this kind of control data, because this kind of control data we want to store. So that kind of data, if you have such kind of scenario, then you are having cluster table or pool table. Let's not discuss further about with cluster or pool table. This is anyway obsolete. You mainly focus on the transparent tables itself. Yes. So here we have, so far we have seen transparent table. Nothing but we have created a transparent table and you activate that. Database table will be created automatically in the backend. So now what is structure table? Something now we are going to discuss something called structure table. And again, this is coming under dictionary. So I'm going again back to the dictionary itself, SC11 itself. So here I am giving structure, maybe for your reference. Here we had selected earlier data element. Now I'm going with structure. Here you can see what it is, and here I'm giving employee structure. I can give employee ID here, and the typing method you can give. So currently for time being you can give this one, and let's say I'm giving gender here. Yeah. And I'm activating this. This is in my local package. You can ignore the warnings. So what I'm trying to say is, this is the structure, but you will not be able to see contents here. In the SC11 transaction, if I am going here and zprof_emp, you will be able to see some course contents, nothing but I can see whatever the data it is. But here in the structure, I cannot see the contents here. Then what is the use if you don't see the contents? This structure will be helpful in writing our in making our ABAP statements. The only difference between the structure and the transparent table is database table is we cannot see the contents. Yes. So as I have seen, we have dealt about the data class, some table categories, bufferings, and log data changes. Log data change nothing but I was getting some warning, right? That warning is used to record all your activities. Let's say you have deleted one record, or you have updated one record, you have modified some changes. So all of them will be recorded under your employee, under your user ID. So if you have made some inconsistencies, then I can see whoever have made that based upon the user ID of this respective system. So you can check more on the data class and size categories. Currently, no. So now this is the substructure now. One second. Yeah. So this is the substructure. We have something called how do we include a substructure in our database table. So we will be seeing now. So this is our structure. Now I want to go to my database table /OSC11 is to see the new one. In this database table zprof_emp here, indexes, translation. There must be some change. Give me a second, I will try to see this. These options have got changed. Include, insert. Here, zprof_structure I am including. So nothing but I am including that structure in this table with .include from edit option. So whatever the fields there are there in that respective table will be coming here. I don't need of creating it again and again. You can use them, and you can. Oh, see here you are having some errors. Let's see. Field gender in table is specified twice. You understood that. You understood the problem, right? Here I have gender, and my employee ID is also having gender. So that is why. Let's say I will make it as gender 1, and if I try to make it activate, just to make some difference, yeah, it is accepted and it is activated. I want to go back and I want to display. See here, the employee ID and .include. If this is in this color, some light color, nothing but this one and this one is coming from the different structure, and gender 1 is coming from this table. I hope I'm clear. I'm just adding the other structure in this table. That's all.
The why gender is coming as a different color.
Anyway, we are at the end of the time, so we will discuss these types of views from the next time. I mean, from the tomorrow's class. So before doing that, let me tell you the assignment of today's class. this. Hope you are able to see my screen. If it is possible, please take a screenshot of this.
Okay.
Yeah. So you need to log into 100 client and you have to create a package if it is possible. And you put your employee ID here and underscore your name. You put all your objects under your name, not in your friends package. And you have to create 3 tables with some relationship between them. Let's say table 1 is having some employee details, some ID, name, blood group. You can restrict these values, or else you can create some table 2 and you can put your address. And you can make foreign relationship between them, or else you can restrict addresses with some couple of fields. And you can, or else if you want to think innovative and if you want to create other tables based upon other scenarios, you can do that. But we have to create at least 10 records so that we will further do our activities only on these 10 records and only on your tables. Maybe you can also use .include structure. You can create a structure and you can include that structure also, and you can see if it is working for you or not. And you can also explore how maintenance is allowed or not, and buffering. Buffering you cannot check now. You can check how maintenance is allowed or not, and you can see the differences between data class and etc. Data class, size categories, and etc. Hope assignment.
Can you give us this? Can you give us this screenshot? We are not able to take actually. It's coming like a blank screen.
Is it okay now?
Yeah. Yes, it's fine. So regarding this foreign key, suppose if I'm going to create a table, customizing table, doesn't have any foreign key, will system will allow or not?
If you are not maintaining foreign key relationship, nothing, but there is no relationship, so it will be allowed.
Okay, but suppose, but in the backend, if system is creating any foreign key default for the table?
No, backend it will not be done, right? So it's us who defines everything.
Okay. Because I've seen somewhere I read like system will create some, like when if we are not specifying any foreign key or any primary key in the table, it will create some primary key in the table. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, maybe I'm not sure then. But whoever, whatever the relationship we maintain, then that will be created. So I don't think if you are not maintaining foreign key relationships, maybe
No, primary key. Sorry, I was talking about primary key.
Okay, you're talking about primary key. Okay, so please frame the question again.
I'm saying, like, suppose if I created a table with no primary key, so system will allow or not. If I created, if allowed, then is there any primary key created the system default?
No. You can try a table without creating a primary key. Okay. Without primary key, a database table is not accepted.
Okay.
Yeah. So at least one entry should be primary.
Okay.
Thank you for attending the session. I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to visit our Vimeo page and follow for more upcoming videos.